Have you ever wondered what it really takes to stop trying to be a certain type of person and just, become them? Well, today we're going to break down a powerful philosophy that's way less about a 75-day challenge and way more about forging a new identity one single day at a time. So let's get into it. This right here, this is the whole goal. It's that magic moment where the things you do are no longer a struggle, no longer a chore, but just a natural part of who you are. We're not talking about motivation here. We're talking about a total transformation. The real question is, how do you actually get to that point? And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. We're going to lay out a kind of blueprint for a day where every single action, I mean literally from the second you wake up, is a deliberate brick you're laying to build the person you want to become. Okay, so it all hinges on one foundational mindset shift. It's about moving away from thinking, I hope to achieve this, to I am this type of person. So before you do anything else, before you even get out of bed, a decision is made about who you are. And that one commitment frames everything else that happens that day. See, this isn't about hoping to be strong. It's a declaration. You're just stating a fact. Strength is the baseline now. It's the new normal. And here's why that's a game changer. You're no longer negotiating with yourself. That little voice in your head that tries to talk you out of things, it loses the argument before it even starts. Every choice is just measured against that one simple standard. All right, so you've set the standard. The day begins, and you might think it starts with some huge, complicated action, right? But it doesn't. It starts with the absolute fundamentals, the simple, non-negotiable bedrock of high performance. Excellence isn't nearly as complicated as we make it out to be. It's usually just mastering the basics over and over. Starting the day with water, it's such a simple, deliberate act, but it sends a powerful signal to yourself, I'm preparing my body to perform. It's the first small win in a day that's going to be built on them, and it reinforces that new identity from the very first minute. Now, we carry that same exact idea over to the workout. This isn't just about moving around and sweating. It's about training with real purpose. Strong posture, that's your foundation. It keeps you safe, makes you effective. Then, controlled reps. You're making the muscle work, not just throwing weight around. And finally, focused breathing. That's what connects your mind to the movement. This is what turns a chore into a practice. So, training is dialed in. Next up, fuel. And that same standard of performance extends directly to how you fuel your body. Look, this isn't about some crazy restrictive diet. It's about strategy. Every single thing you eat has a job to do, whether that's giving you energy, repairing muscle, or just keeping you sharp. It really boils down to this fundamental mindset shift. Eating for cravings is reactive, right? It's your stomach basically yelling, I want that, and you obey. But eating for performance, that's proactive. That's your brain saying, okay, here's what we need to perform at our standard. You're making a strategic choice, not just giving in to an impulse. So what does this actually look like on a plate? Well, breakfast isn't just a meal. It's high-protein fuel to kickstart recovery. Lunch is your workhorse, a balanced plate to power you through the afternoon. Even an evening snack has a job, to keep you sharp without weighing you down. And dinner is all about setting yourself up for success tomorrow. See? Every single meal backs up the standard you set that morning. Now, it's really easy to focus only on the intense parts of the day. The workout, the big projects, but the real growth, both for your body and your mind, it almost always happens in the moments in between. Recovery isn't just flopping on the couch, it's another intentional act. 10. That's it. And what's so powerful about this is just how simple and accessible it is. We're not talking about a 2-hour yoga class or some complicated routine. We're talking about 10 minutes. A 10-minute walk after lunch, it does 2 amazing things at once. Physically, it helps your body digest and keeps your energy stable. But just as important, it's a mental reset, a quick moment of clarity that lowers stress. It's what you could call recovery in motion. It's another small, deliberate action that proves even your downtime can be pushing you forward. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've walked through the entire day, from that first declaration to the water, the training, the food, and the recovery. Now let's tie it all together and see how these little individual pieces build something massive. It's a really powerful feedback loop, isn't it? You start the day by setting your identity, you spend the rest of the day backing it up with actions. By the time you go to bed, you've collected a whole pile of evidence that reinforces the belief that this is who you are. You do that over and over and over again. And eventually, it's not a belief anymore, it's just reality. And that brings us right back to where we started. But now this quote hits different, doesn't it? After you repeat this cycle day after day, these choices, the water, the focused reps, the purposeful meals, they stop feeling like effort. They just become automatic. They become your identity. You no longer have to decide to be a high performer. You just are. So at the end of the day, that's the big takeaway. A powerful identity isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one standard and one day at a time. So I'll leave you with this. What standard are you going to set for yourself when you wake up tomorrow?
Thanks for watching. Every repetition counts. Every day matters. Stay consistent. See you in the next video.